Hi everyone, Heather back again, and guess what? Who is going to be doing yet her third video on the Rewired Soul? Well, you know what? I did say in my last video, if you went for anybody else that I liked, I'd be back, and guess what? I'm back, and this time, I'm sorry to say to anybody of a nervous disposition, or who, doesn't like the odd cuss word coming in, but I am so fueled up and I am so angry. I spent most of yesterday in bed with my back being really bad, so I came a little bit late to the videos that he put out about the drama channels and how he singled them out. So by the time I came into it, it was too late here in the UK for me to make a video and get it out there. I wasn't really in a fit state to do it. And I was so angry, I literally just sort of nodded off, on and off all night. I was so worked up about this. So there's certain things I want to say today. First off, I just want to say the most important things first. Yontov, I want to thank everybody who got me to over 100 subs. I now stand, I believe, at 113 or 114. And I want to thank Rox, Metamorphosis Rox, because she was the one who kept pushing and pushing to help me reach 100. Now, you guys know that the numbers are lovely, and it really is great because I'm such a tiny little speck. But for me, it's more about getting the message out there. And if I can make somebody smile, if I can make somebody laugh, or if I can give them something to think about that they can take away and share, then, my work is done. And I am a happy bunny. I also want to thank everybody who has been so kind, sent me so many lovely messages, congratulate me on reaching 100. I would not be here without you. I certainly wouldn't, if Rox hadn't been there, and Joe and Elle and all my other friends who have promoted me, I wouldn't be here where I am without you. So thank you guys. It's all down to you. So thank you. I feel a little bit upset today because I've just found out that Keith Flint of The Prodigy has passed away through suicide. And it turns out that the poor lad had very bad depression. So my heart goes out to his family and his friends. So that's upset me a bit. So getting on to the content of the video, I've actually made some notes this time. I've actually tried to put them all in chronological order. So if you will bear with me, I'm going to try and make this video as concise as I can and try not to get too heated. And if I do slip the occasional swear word, could I please ask for your forgiveness? But, it'll be probably the only video that I ever do swearing, because this guy has got me so angry. Do you know what? Oh, okay, I'm going to make a start with my notes, if you don't mind. So yes, I've covered about 2.5 pages. Right. So, Chris, you went on and on about yesterday about you blaming Nick Snyder, Dustin Daly and Ashley Kyle, and obviously Petty Page if she did an expose on you. It was all their fault that all these things were happening to you. No, and yet again, no, I am not letting you get away with this. Those are my favourite drama channels. Some of them are a bit more favourite than others, right? You know, I particularly stan Nick Snyder. I really do stan Dustin Daly. And I really like Ashley Kyle and I like Petty Page. But those two guys in particular, you know, they are just wonderful. And of course, you all know about how I feel about my friend Elle. And Elle's done a video, which I'm going to link down below. She's done an absolutely fantastic job on digging into Chris and his mother. You know, the mother and son tag team, you know, that is the Rewired Soul. So anyway, we'll get more into that. But it wasn't them. It wasn't these guys who started this ball rolling for you, Chris. No, it wasn't. Because I'll tell you who it was. It was poor Leif E Greenz, who I've heard is okay, by the way, if anybody's watching. She is okay. No thanks to the likes of Repzilla, who is now turned tail, who was supporting Chris. Now he's not supporting Chris. Who knows with Repzilla? He supports John Cookian. So the less said about him, the better. Okay? There's a lovely guy called Gary from Bipolar Corner. And I want to say this about Gary. Gary raised alarms about you months ago, as did Leif E Greenz, as did another guy from the Driven Industries. Now, I don't know as much about Leif E Greenz and the Driven Industries fella. I saw one video of his and it was very powerful. But I want to come on to Gary, because Gary does have mental health issues. He is a lovely guy. He's been 12 years clean. I'm very sorry, Gary. I can't remember if it's alcohol or drugs or both. I can't remember. Please forgive me. I watched your video the other night and you went on about when you have your manic episodes, you can have a sort of a bi condition of being bipolar, which is hypersexuality, which I take to mean that when you're having a manic episode, you have a great need to have sex. And you said yourself, back in the day, you had a lot of one-night stands, but now you've got your lovely fiancé. There's no more need for any of that, okay? But my heart went out to you when you tried to explain this to Chris. And not only Chris, but his lovely, beautiful girlfriend, Tristan, and her best friend, Shelby, went on to your comments and called you a pervert. No, you're not a pervert, Gary. You are a wonderful man who has a mental illness, which is not your fault. You've got circumstances that have put you in the position that you are today. And you deserve not pity, sympathy, yes, but you deserve people to come around you and give you love and show you affection and give you support if that's coming out the right way. Like when I watched your video afterwards, if you've been sitting beside me, I wanted to give you a great big hug and pull you in and say, it's okay, you're not alone. There are people out here who love you and support you, and you're going to be fine. And we know you're going to have your good days and your bad days, but don't worry, hang in there, you're going to be great. But not the Rewired Soul, not the guy who wants to help you with your mental health. No, he thinks you're a pervert. And then he thinks he'll come on later and say, oh, I'm so sorry, Bipolar Corner. I'm so sorry, Leif E Greenz, if I hurt you in any way. If you want to reach out to me, then you can, you can email me. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot fucking barge pole. I really wouldn't. And that's my first swear word. I apologise. But that's how angry I am. So I just wanted to get that out there. People, please go along and have a look at Bipolar Corner. I'm going to link his channel down below. He deserves all the support in the world. 1,000,000 times more than that rewired shite that's pumping out his rubbish everywhere. I mean, he's so addicted to pumping out videos Then he pumped out one as a "I'm so sorry, Trisha Paytas," maybe 4 seconds long, and then the rest of it was all me, me, me. And then he threw in his bit about, you know, this, what do you call it, adpocalypse, affecting everybody's livelihood. I called this 4 days ago. I said, it's all money, money, money. And I was absolutely right, wasn't I? I said it was all about money. I believe this guy came into YouTube looking to make money. He said himself, he doesn't want to work for anybody, he wants to work for himself. So he came onto YouTube thinking, other people can make a living at this, I'm going to make a living at this. So I'll do, what was he said in his live stream? I'll do like my skills share, and I'll put that out on YouTube. But there must be something about you, Chris, because you weren't getting very far. You said about 300 videos later and you weren't getting very far. So what did you do? You hopped on the old drama channel bandwagon, didn't you? When you knew you were onto a winner. And whoo, you went through the roof. And you were, what, something like 101, maybe 102,000 subscribers? I mean, I'm not saying it was overnight, but it was bloody fast. I mean, it was really fast. You know, just phenomenal rate to go. And what I need to bring you back to, you're talking about, you know, Dustin Daly and Nick Snyder and Ashley Kyle, who you blame for all this mess. First off, number one, it's bullshit. It's absolute prime bullshit. They are not to blame for any of this. If anyone's to blame for all of this, Chris, it's you. And shall I tell you, really, where the rot started? And I want to tie it all up in a knot, because this is what's been going on in my head, you know, since yesterday and over the previous week. I'm thinking to myself, where did all this really, how does it all tie up? And then I realised, when you got too big for your boots, when you reached over 100k, and you made the mistake of trying to take Keemstar on, didn't you? Because you said to Keemstar, oh, well, when my fans leave me, they feel great. But when your fans leave you, they feel like committing suicide. But Keemstar came for you. And then you said something yesterday about you getting all these threats and threats of violence and all this sort of carry on. Now, I'm not seeing any threats of violence towards you personally. And I want to say one other thing here. I think you are a scumbag. And shall I tell you why I think? Well, one of the reasons why I think you're a scumbag is because you brought your child into this. You did. Nobody else. You did. I didn't know you had a child. Or if I did, it was probably in the last week. But I'm just going to say for the sake of argument that I didn't. And if I did, please somebody, you know, tell me in the comments, because my brain is like wired like spaghetti with a cauliflower in place, right? You go on and you say, oh, they're doing things about me, and they're saying things about my beautiful girlfriend, and they're saying things about my mother and what have you, and it's not deserved. Well, I'm sorry, but it is deserved, because you and your mother are a tag team. And we all know it now. So, you know, let's not go there. I mean, I told you in my last video, the drama channels are excellent at digging the dirt on people. Absolutely spot on. And if there's dirt to find out on you, they will find it. And I'll tell you, 2 of them who have done a particularly fantastic job finding out stuff about you recently has been Tea by Ali, who is another favourite drama channel of mine. Funny how you've never spoken about her, but she did a fantastic job on you. 2 videos she's done now, and there's a 3rd coming, and I'm really looking forward to that one. And my friend Elle, who did a wonderful expose on you the other night, but on your mother as well. And we found out things about your mother that we didn't know. That's not exactly keeping it 100, right? So you talk about that, and then you say, oh, and I'm going to come all Father Bear on anything, if anything, said about my son, because that's what's coming next. No, it's not. Nobody worth their salt, Chris, would mention a child. So, get a grip of yourself, son. You're not that important. I wish no harm on your child. I'm a mother. What parent, what human being, decent human being, would target a child just because they're pissed off at their parent? It isn't gonna happen. If there are stands fighting amongst each other, that's their doing. But do not blame the likes of the drama channels for you bringing your child into this, because you brought him in. Not me, not Nick, not Dustin, not Ashley, not Ali, not Elle, not Petty, not none of them. So shall we get that clear? While we're on the topic. Right. What was the other thing I wanted to say? Yes. I came across a comment yesterday on my friend Elle's Twitter. And it was a comment left by a lady on her video that she'd last done of yours. And it really, really upset me. And I want to bring it to the attention of my viewers. And I would like to read it to you. Because this lady contacted Chris and she asked for his help. And I'm going to read to you what she said. Excuse me. Here I go again. So I'm going to read to you what this lovely lady said. And I would be highly surprised if there's a dry eye after I've read you this lady's story of what Chris did to her. Sorry, these are my reading glasses for the thing. Okay, excuse me, I'm looking at my laptop now. When I first saw Chris's videos, I thought he was legit. But then again, I was in a bad place. He made a video about drug addicts and I thought I could reach out for some advice, support, something. I was unaware that he was a poser. It was before all this craziness. I'm a drug addict. I used to be top of my classes, scholarships, nursing degree, and still going. I had a daughter. My spine was seriously injured by the epidural. I got addicted to the painkillers they gave me. It was all downhill from there. It's been 3 years of hell. Every day I wake up and think, should I kill myself so my kids won't have to deal with me? They'll be better off without me. I've tried to get clean and I just can't. The pain and the withdrawal is too much. I reached out to Chris and he made it all about himself. He didn't feel like talking to a professional at all. Didn't feel like it. He said something along the lines of, well, maybe your kids would be better off without you if you're unable to make a simple step by dropping the pills. They need a mother who is not selfish, and by continuing to care more about the pain and the withdrawals than your kids, then you're putting yourself first and failing them. He made me feel worse than I already did. I'm still struggling big time. I've learned my lesson though. I'll never reach out for help again. I know I don't deserve to be babied or hear kind words. I don't even deserve my beautiful children. But I was just expecting a conversation more like what's seen in the videos. Maybe what I needed was to be hurt so bad that I cried myself to sleep. But that night I seriously Googled to see if the bottle of Seroquel that I had in my hand would do the job. And it would give my kids the life they deserve without me. That lady's name was blacked out, so I don't know her name. All I know is that she left a comment on Elle's latest video. I don't know if it's still there. I hope it is, because I hope that everybody is putting the hand of friendship out to that poor lady. But that, I wanted to bring that to your attention, because that is how Chris Boutte made that lady feel. More suicidal than ever. Worthless. She's in a really bad place. Who hasn't got addicted to something or other along the line? But we all deserve to be here, don't we? We all have our place. We all have a place in this world. We all have a part to take. And who is he to say that she shouldn't be here? Who the fucking hell do you think you are, you piece of shit, to tell that lady that she shouldn't be here? Who the fuck do you think you are, Chris Boutte? When you whine on about the drama channels are after me and the drama channels are after my mum and now the drama channels are going to go after my child. Get over yourself. Get lost. Do you know what? I hope you sink. I hope you sink faster than a concrete block for what you said to that lady. And I believe her, because I've seen videos where you've talked about coming off the pills and doing mindfulness instead of taking pills. It doesn't always work that way. One size does not fit all, Chris. One size does not fit all. And as far as I'm concerned, you are finished. You are absolutely finished. And all these words, this is my opinion in this video. It's my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. And as far as I'm concerned, Chris Boutte is an absolute fucking danger to the mental health community. He called a poor lad who has a mental illness a pervert when he had no right to. He went out and said that Leif E Greenz was self-harming. You know, all this to just draw attention to himself. It was never about the people. It's always been about him and making money. That's why you came onto YouTube, to make money at everybody else's expense. You thought you'd shoot through the roof and hit the big time and live the big life. And you're saying that, you know, it's about skill sharing. I just thought I'd share what I learned. Well, I've learned how to cross-stitch. Should I go onto YouTube and make people pay just because I know how to put a pretty picture together with threads? No, it doesn't work like that. Just because you've read a few books on psychology doesn't mean to say that you can charge 100 fucking quid for a stupid fucking course. Sorry, it is. It's a good course that anybody can pick up from the internet. I'm sorry, I am really... Guys, please forgive me. I just can't keep doing this, because I've been angry on and off for days. And I can't live like this if this is no good for my mental health. Because I'm worrying about the mental health of other people. I am. And I'm sorry to sound inhuman, but I don't give a flying fuck about Chris Boutte's mental health right now. He can take care of himself. He's proved that he's perfectly capable of taking care of himself. And all that thing to Trisha Paytas yesterday before he deleted the video was all about the apocalypse and how it's going to affect his livelihood. It's never been about caring for people. It's always been about making money off the back of people's hurt and emotions and their mental health problems. It's always been about that. I'm thoroughly convinced about that now, and that is my opinion. And I do. I hope the next lot of drama trip videos that come out rip you to shreds, Chris, because it's the least that you deserve. And I hope this is the last video on you I ever have to make. I just don't think I could handle it. My mental health just couldn't handle it anymore. The more I've seen people dig into you, the worse I feel mentally. Because I want to keep pulling in the people that you're hurting into myself. To tell them it'll be okay, that there are genuine people out there who do want to help you and are not going to charge you a penny. So, I want to say, Leif E Greenz, I hope you're doing well, love. To Gary at the Bipolar Corner, I hope you're doing well, love. And to anybody else who's suffering with depression or mental health issues, I hope you're all doing well. And don't go near Chris Boutte, don't go near him. Because he's just dangerous. I'm sorry I have to go now. I'm very sorry. I'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye, love you all.